complicated.
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to disassemble and reassemble your 3x3s. So we're actually just going to be going from Rubik's 2.0 to Rubik's 1.0 to MF3RS to GAN 0UM. So let's start with the Rubik's 2.0. So this is what I'm assuming that most of you guys have. So what you're going to need for this is definitely like a flathead screwdriver or something. So you just want to grab one, and you kind of want to, like, when you get it under, you want to like put it under, kind of, and just kind of like wiggle it, like kind of like if you see what I'm doing. So I want to kind of like get it under, and then just start wiggling it, and it should just pop right out, and then you can just take out the corners and then just like disassemble the rest of your cube. Now you've gotten the cube disassembled, great, and you've put it back to, you've put most of it back together, right? So then you're putting it back together. Okay, last piece, woohoo! And then you get stuck because like it won't go in like a regular piece. Basically, what you want to do is you want to have it kind of like this. So if you can see that there. Hold on. I'm trying to like get this like in a right angle for you guys so that you guys get the right idea. Okay, so kind of like that. And you're going to kind of like see this, pull that down, and it should just snap right back in. Now for the Rubik's 1.0, if it's not like super loose already, if it's really loose already, you can just kind of like turn it 45 degrees like the Rubik's 2.0, and kind of just like get your finger under it and it'll just pop right out. But if it's the tight Rubik's 1.0, you just want to get the flathead screwdriver and just pry it out. You won't need to like wiggle it because it's it'll just pop right out. And let's say if you completely disassemble the whole thing, it will actually not be hard to put it back in unless it's really tight. If it's like really tight, you're gonna have to like apply a bit of force. But if it's like loose, or either way, it just will snap in pretty easily. Sorry. Alright, next up to more of a speed cube, the MF3RS. This is an intermediate speed cube, and it's a little more, it's not as complex as like a Rubik's 2.0, but it is a speed cube, and it doesn't have, and you can't just like take it and just like pull it out, no. Because what you want to do is, again, you want to turn it 45 degrees, get your thumb under, and you, depends on what tension it is. If it's tight, you might want a screwdriver, but you won't, honestly, you won't really need one. You just want to get your thumb under, and instead of just like pulling it out, you can't do that because that'll just like break. You want to kind of like rotate it like that, and then it'll just pop right out. And when you're like putting it back together, you just do the same thing, like rotate it, or just snaps right back in. So, yeah. Lastly, for the GAN 0UM, or a cube that's magnetic, so like the GAN 0UM, you won't need a screwdriver, or you can use one. I'm going to be using one. And you just kind of want to like get it under, or actually no, I'm not going to be using it. You want to get your thumb under, and you can't rotate it either, or just like pull it out because it's magnetic, so the pieces will go together. You want to like get your thumb under and then try to like pull the corners apart, and then it'll just pop right out. Because if you don't try and pull the corners apart a little bit like this, then it won't come out because the pieces are magnetic. So since they're magnetic, they're just gonna stick right together. So it wouldn't, I mean, you probably could, but it'd be very difficult. And to put it back in, it is kind of tricky. Basically, what you want to do is you want to kind of like, you can probably do, it doesn't work if you kind of like do the thing in the Rubik's 2.0. You want to hold it there, kind of like this. And while you're at that, just kind of like split the corners apart. And it takes a bit of practice doing this. I'm not even good at doing it myself. So you kind of just want to like, might need someone else's help for this, but basically you just want to like split it apart, and eventually it'll just snap right back in. If you have an older speed cube, like let's say a Zanchi or an Along, this is a Moyu Along version 1, you just want to turn it 45 degrees, get your thumb under, and it'll either just like pop right out, but if it doesn't, you have to like rotate it. And on the Along, it won't, it in some cases, it'll snap right back in. I'll get that piece later. Hold on one second. So sometimes, like I said, it'll either just like if you take the edge out, it'll pop right back in sometimes, or if it doesn't, you have to like rotate it, and then it'll go right back in. So, yeah. So this is my tutorial on how to disassemble and reassemble 3x3s, like basically 3x3s, like a Rubik's brand, or a Rubik's brand version 2, which is what most people have, like if you're a non-cuber. And then other like speed cubes, like a Along version 1, an MF3RS, or even a GANS 356 or a UM. So, leave a